Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing the K-1 visa yet again, a topic that comes up almost on a weekly basis around here. I kind of like to keep discussing K-1s because they're kind of falling into an increasingly, well, not to a level of disuse, I would say, but as the processing times have kind of evened up to some extent with the U.S. immigrant visa cases, CR1 and IR1, we're kind of seeing, I don't know, I'm seeing a few less K1s. More people are kind of opting for the marriage visa. That being said, I much prefer dealing with a K1 because I can avoid dealing with the National Visa Center, which those who have watched my videos on any kind of regular interval will know that I'm not a huge fan of the National Visa Center. It's a very difficult organization to deal with. In fact, I've described it as a bureaucratic quagmire before, and I don't think that's an inaccurate statement. That being stated, we're not talking about that precisely right now, but with the processing times being longer on the Department of State side associated with processing of K-1 visas, I've had further inquiries into issues surrounding petition validity. I've made a number of videos on this topic before. I'll put some links to those videos in the description below, but long story short, petition validity, when you get an approved K-1 petition, it has an expiration date. I think it's 3 or 4 months, whatever it is. I can't remember it off the top of my head. I think it's 120 days. And people ask me, well, what happens if we don't get it done in that time? Well, they revalidate the petition. If it's because of their delays, then they really need to revalidate the petition. And they're not able to just sort of say, oh, well, it didn't happen because you couldn't process it through our system, which is pretty difficult to deal with at the moment and really, really backlogged. We're just going to go ahead and say that your petition's expired. That's not really the way it works. The consular officers that adjudicate these matters at embassies and consulates abroad have pocket authority to revalidate the underlying petition in order to move the case forward. They will do that as a matter of course, especially in cases where the delay is primarily due to the government itself. So not necessarily something you shouldn't worry about. It's definitely something to keep an eye on because you never know, and I don't think anything's going to change on this, but not something to worry about greatly. So those who are worried about petition validity, yes, they are reauthorized on frankly, as a matter of course is not an incorrect phrase, and cases proceed thereafter. So not something to worry or to overly worry about when processing a K-1 case.